How do there, guys, and welcome back to Edgar TV, where today we're going to have a look at the last time that we saw some legendary dart players. Now, Father Time gets the best of everyone. No matter what we do or how good we are at a certain task, eventually that is going to deteriorate and eventually new people will come along. Some sports we have the luxury, like at the moment, Akin Fenwa will play his last game at nearly 40 years old, or I believe he will be 40 years old when this game comes through, at Wembley in the playoff finals for a chance to get Wickham into the championship. Now, that is one of those sort of fairy tale stories where you can write the ending and you can go out on a high and hopefully go out on that win, or at least go out on the biggest stage possible at that period of time. With darts, like most ranking sort of sports, we don't know when that last time is coming. You know, things such as injuries may come in, or what tends to happen with sports like darts is people originally stopped qualifying for all the matches, so they might miss out on the match play, and then we see them a little bit less, but we still see them at the Worlds and the UK Open, the Players' Championship, and over time we just see them less and less until we don't see them no more, and then you think back and you go, what actually happened to that player? And it just sort of happens overnight, but we don't see that sort of steady decline. Some people go down, bounce back up again, and there's loads of different things that happen. But what we're going to do today is we're going to look at 5 examples of players who played their last game, where it was, and what happened. Dennis Priestley had a long career starting back in 1975. This career spanned with World Championships. One World Championship came in 1991 in the BDO, followed that up in 1992 with a win in the World Masters, which is the BDO's second biggest trophy. In the split of darts, though, when the darts went from the PDC and the BDO, Dennis Priestley did join the original PDC, winning the World Championship in 1994. He also made the World Match Play final for 3 years in a row, that being 1994, 1995 and 1996. Did have a long career spanning all the way up to 2013, where he was last seen in the World Championship, where he did lose out 3-1 in the opening game to Ronnie Baxter. However, did retain a lot of ability and was encouraged to continue playing by highly influential Sky Sports pundit Wayne Mardle. Phil the Power Taylor, I mean, I'm not going to run through what he's won. He won pretty much everything that was worth winning. Now 61 years old, you can see him playing darts still now in the World Seniors events. However, we're talking about professional ranked events here, in which he has now stopped playing. We'll get to when that was. He won World Championships in 3 different venues. He won them in all the main 3, the Lakeside, the Ali Pali and the Circus Tavern. To my knowledge, one of only 2 players that have ever achieved that. And see if you can think about who the other one might be while we're going through this list. Phil Taylor did not win every single title though, and doesn't have them all in his trophy cabinet. There is one trophy that is missing. While I go through this, see if you can think which one that'll be. I'll tell you at the end of this little section. So Phil Taylor's last game came in the 2018 World Championships. He said that would be his last event, that World Championships. Then he made it all the way through to the final, losing out 7-2 to Rob Cross, who won the World Championship on his debut season. Phil Taylor is kind of the exception to the rule of what we spoke about earlier when we said about people just going down the rankings, because that World Championship final would have really kept him up very comfortably inside that top 16, and he did also win the World Match Play, so he did retire on quite a high. So very rare that we see that with those players. But going back to it, what PDC TV title did Phil Taylor not win? It was the World Series Finals. He got to the semi-final in 2015 and 2016, but that's the one PDC trophy he did not lift. Wayne Mardle is now known mostly for his commentary and his punditry on Sky Sports. However, he was a very good dart player back in his day. Now, a couple of interesting crossovers I've got here with Wayne. Wayne first started playing darts in 1986, the year I was born. And he stopped playing darts, or his last TV appearance, was in 2011 at the UK Open, which was my first TV event. And I remember actually being in the lift with Wayne on the way up, and just it was all a bit daunting at the time. 2011, my first ever UK Open crossing over. But Wayne Mardle, actually 5 World Championship semi-finalists. One of those coming on the BDO side in 2001, and in 2004, 5, 6 and 8 semi-finals in the World Championship. That 2008 one, probably the year most people thought Wayne was going to go on and win that. He had the big win against Phil Taylor, but then lost to Kirk Shepherd, who then lost to John Part in the final. Got a runner-up in the World Match Play in 2003. I remember that event very well because I was there in the crowd. That was his debut year. And he also got the runner-up of the Desert Classic in 2004 and 2005. So quite a big career. But it did end in 2011, like I said, in the UK Open. In just the second round, he lost on one of the outside boards 4-0 to Reece Robinson. If you have been racking your mind trying to work out who the other player is that has won a World Championship in all three of the main iconic venues, here is your answer: John Part. BDO World Championship in 1994. Won the Circus Tavern one in 2003 and one in the Alexandra Palace at 2008. Just him and Phil Taylor, to my knowledge, are the only two players that have ever done this. If I am wrong, please let me know in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure they're the only two players that have won the World Championship in these venues. John Part was a runner-up in the World Match Play, the World Grand Prix, both of those two-time runner-up in the UK Open as well. He did pick up a title outside of the World Championship, should I say, which was the Desert Classic in 2006. So 4 TV titles, 3 of them was World Championships. He was last seen in 2018 when he played in the UK Open, and he made it all the way through to the quarter-finals. He beat John Morris, Paul Whitworth, David Evans, Ron Muhlenkamp and Mervyn King. This was the year where it snowed and it was sort of all played behind closed doors. He got through to the quarterfinals, losing 10-3 to Welsh Robert Owen. For the second time in recent times, Terry Jenkins will feature on Edgar TV, a very popular figure. Made many finals. I'm not going to go through all his achievements again. They are on a video of the best players that never managed to win a TV title or a TV major or a ranking event of that sort of TV stature. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it on the end screen so you can check that out as well. We're looking today at the last time we saw Terry Jenkins playing in a ranked TV event. Now, you can catch Terry Jenkins in the seniors events. He played in the World Seniors and he'll be playing in some of those other events as well. So you'll still get to see Terry Jenkins play, and he can still throw a pretty mean dart. However, the last time we saw him in a ranked event was in the UK Open in 2018. And when you think, actually, 2018, that UK Open was the last time we saw John Part. The World Championship that year was the last year we saw Phil Taylor. And this was the last year we saw Terry Jenkins. He lost out to Paul Nicholson in the first round. Now, obviously, Phil Taylor, the exception, like I say, to that rule within that video. He's someone who knew that was going to be his last game walking on stage. I'd probably argue maybe Dennis Priestley knew as well going onto that stage. That was the last time. But now we've got things like the World Seniors. These players can come and play these sort of events. And we'll see a lot more of these. I do believe Wayne Mardle will be playing in that as well. When he hits the age criteria, we'll probably see him taking part in that. I believe he's said on Twitter as well that he will be taking part in it. He did go down and watch, and I believe that was probably got the juices flowing a little bit, so probably get a bit of practice in and try and play in that. If you have enjoyed this video, guys, please do hit a like on it. It lets me know you like this sort of content, and maybe we could dig up another 5 players and have a look at 5 other players where they played their last games and have a little look through some of the archives. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, guys, and I'll catch you soon for some more Edgar TV. Edgar TV.